All right, Barrel or Nah, presented by Buell, buellsurf.com. Of course, first one comes from a listener. He says, "Hey guys, just driving to the beach here on a Saturday with the two kids in the back of the car, and I saw somebody drive by with 'just married' written on their rear window, along with a Venmo and Cash App names.
Ooh.
Basically soliciting random wedding gifts from the public. I'm going to leave this to my two favorite tastemakers. What do you think, Barrel or Nah?"
No barrel, David Lee Scales. No barrel.
I mean, could you imagine in front of your wife doing this?
The
"Hey,
audacity.
honey, we're married, but I have no dignity, and I'm asking for people to help."
The audacity on either side. Either, like, this is bad, husband to wife. This is bad, her saying, I want nicer things. You're not going to be able to afford it. You do this now. We're doing this now. Or them together thinking, want to know how we're going to get a little extra cha-ching? We're going to do this. It's going to be really cool. Horrible idea. I bet they saw it on some dumb TikTok trend or something too. Like, they didn't come up with the idea. They got it from a bad place, and they're putting it to use in a bad place, and I hope we can squish it here forever.
This is directly related to our opening of the show of the downfall of civilization.
Yes. Beggars. Beggars driving around.
Without dignity, we have nothing. I mean, society evolved for a long time to get to a point to where, we're not hand to mouth anymore. Like, we can kind of rely on, there's a system in place for us to get food. We have shelter now. We have electricity. We have indoor plumbing. So now let's start operating with a little bit of dignity. Except these people are shirking all of that and just being like, no.
I really wish that our dear caller would have snapped a picture of it, because I would Venmo in a request for money from them. I would Venmo in a $100 request for being so offensive. Like, this is basically your ticket. I'll put it to good use. I'll send it to Maui. But you are fined for this behavior.
The shocking thing is no dignity. Like, to not understand that you look a certain way to everybody else that you drive past is shocking to me.
Here's the problem, though. Are we,
Yes.
you, in the target line? And is
Yes.
everybody else driving by thinking, oh, that's cute. Look at, they just got married. Hey, honey, throw them $20.
I think so. I think everybody is that, and we are the dinosaurs. The fact that we're offended by this indicates that we are the dinosaurs. Because, like I said, just like the target line scenario, this is just a sweet kid living in a society of sweet people. We all help each other here. This is what we do in society. We're all friends. We're all going through this as friends in this experience, this social experience together. And I'm driving by going, no, I earned mine. You go earn yours. Screw you. I will not. I mean, a wedding. I mean, again, people need help. The Greg Browning story, people do need help, and it's okay to help those people. But this is just a wedding. You know what I mean? Like,
It's still no barrel. I'm standing on principle on this one.
me too. Me too. Definitely no barrel. Public solicitation for wedding funds or gifts, no
barrel. I even have a problem, to be honest, with like a gift whatever list
Registry?
thing. Yeah, gift registry. Like, I don't like any of that stuff. Like, you're saying I'm getting married and you're telling me what to get you. Like, wedding gift, all fine and good. You registering, saying, I'd like this, and this is pretty cool. And then the people who put the extra fancy things just to see if somebody will fall for it, right? Like, no, I don't know how that ever came to be. Yeah. Because, like, what? Like, the hassle of getting 2 mixers is so great. And I can't imagine anymore at weddings. I mean, unless you're a 18-year-old kid, which nobody's getting married, like, fresh out of high school right now anymore, right? Yeah. Like, average age of probably getting married in the United States is probably like 30 or something, right? Nobody's buying people mixers and tableware anymore for wedding. People are just either giving money or, whatever. I mean, maybe in some podunk town they're still doing that. But, you registering because you don't want 2 mixers.
I agree. I was just trying to think. Lauren and I got married a year ago. We did not create a registry, and I don't think we even got a wedding gift from anybody.
Yeah.
Because it's our second marriage, and it's like, I mean, we could have solicited for it and people would have, but it was
Sure.
like, no, we're not going to go through any of that. First of all, we
No.
don't need it because it is a second marriage and we're older, but no,
Yeah.
done with it.
No.
Done
No.
with it.
Yep.
Second barrel or not, interestingly, kind of relates buying a fake diamond for your significant other.
No barrel, David Lee Scales. No barrel. If, like, diamonds, I think, by and large, are whatever. Like, I'm not a diamond fan to begin with, right? The price, we can get into it, De Beers and all this, the price is completely artificially manufactured of what a diamond is. Like, it's completely inflated, not based on scarcity, et cetera, et cetera. It's based on there's a monopoly, a diamond monopoly. They own all the diamond mines in the world, basically, and all the diamonds. And so they just keep them hidden. And so then you go pay. All that aside. And they're not the most beautiful stone either, right? I mean, they're
Right.
fine enough. They're just clear looking. So, A, don't get a diamond. Get something interesting. Get something with, like, go look around. See what is the stone that appeals to me. What's a stone that I like, right? If you're not going to do that and get a diamond, then get a diamond. But getting a fake diamond, you're getting a fake thing of not the greatest thing to begin with already, just for clout, right? I mean, and
So you're still buying into the
Yeah.
De Beers thing. You're
Yep.
just trying to subvert it.
which again, back to dignity. I mean, I like that this show really was, at the end, was about dignity, David Lee Scales. Like, when I see somebody in line with a fake Louis Vuitton bag or something that you know is fake, right? Like, you can clearly see it's fake. I think that's fine. You're playing up, right? Like, this is, or you're playing. But if you think that anybody's tricked, like, just be you. Be you. You buying a fake thing is not being you.
I couldn't even identify a fake anything, to be honest, but people are going to lie to you all the time. The media is going to lie to you. You're lying to yourself in that scenario. You don't need to lie to yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, the only thing that you're doing with a fake is trying to fake other people out, but you're tricking yourself, you know? So it's funny that you know as much as you do about diamonds, because if you would have given me this barrel or nah a week ago, I would have been like, absolutely don't buy the fake diamond. But I watched a documentary. I think it was called Nothing Lasts Forever is what
Yeah.
it was called. And it is all about the lab-grown diamond industry.
Yeah.
So I think that there was crappy fakes for a long time, but now they can grow diamonds in a lab. And there's no machinery that can identify the difference between a lab grown and a real diamond. So lab growns started making their way into the real diamond market and now, there's claims that there's 50% of the diamonds that exist through legitimate retailers and everywhere
Are lab grown.
lab grown, and nobody
Yeah.
knows. And the GIA, the experts with their little loop that they look at they can't tell, and machines can't tell. So it's all a hoax. It was entirely a hoax, like you said, from the get-go. Like, the whole marketing behind the diamond was the reason people were buying diamonds, not because of scarcity or this is the most beautiful thing that the earth can generate or any of that. That was all storyline that people bought into. And those people were anti lab grown diamonds because they say, what the hell? Like, you can't just make this up. And they're like, you guys made something up, so we can make something up too. Like, it's one story versus another, right? So at the end of the documentary watching, I was like, I'm never going to spend money on a diamond again. And if we need diamond jewelry for whatever reason or feel like we've earned it, and, the lab grown is just as good. It's just as beautiful. It's just as pure. It simply was made in a lab instead of not in a lab.
But again, I mean, I think with the same reason that you buy a real Louis bag versus a fake Louis bag, even one, if a Louis bag looked identical to the real one, it's because of the craft, right? Like, you want that story, I think. I think you want the story. And the story De Beers was selling about diamonds being the millions of years and all that, right? Like, in the earth. That's a story that I would want, that story versus the, even if it looks the same, knowing that this thing was baked for however long. in the Earth's crust.
Yeah.
But again, no diamonds for anybody. People should be over diamonds at this
I
point.
agree.
Like
I'm
if you're
anti-diamond now.
yeah, if your girl, if you're wants a diamond, just explain to her. Explain to her this is fraud and your love is not fraud. And so have her pick, hey man, sapphires are beautiful, emeralds are beautiful, right? There's a lot of beautiful stones out there. Have her pick something cool.
Yeah, I agree. I'm full anti-diamond now.
Yeah.
It
Boo
sounds
diamonds.
Again, curmudgeonly, old man. Like this is like really the turning point for the show.
It honestly
I'm like,
is.
the fact that I've turned against diamonds is a real indicator here.
I think we could get a Depends sponsorship for the show. I think we could get a what's that? Ensure.
Yep.
Calorie. Yeah, I think we got a whole. We're opening up a whole new line of potential sponsors.
Yep. That might step on our drinkag1.com/surf.
I don't think so. That's great for old people.
Okay. All right. They can go. You can drink both.
Yeah.
Final barrel or nah, giving your shaper a gift when picking up your surfboard.
Barrel. So barrel.
So I think this has gone a little bit the way of the dodo. I don't think people do this as much anymore. When I was young, it was like you have to show up with a 6-pack of beer if you're going to a shaper's shaping bay. It was just like you did it automatic. Even if you're not picking up your surfboard, that's just what you brought. And I feel like this does not happen anymore. And I would argue that not only should it be happening still, but let's expand the aperture beyond a 6-pack of beer.
Here's the thing here with, and I totally agree with you, when somebody is, this is not a person, so this is a craftsman, right? This is somebody who has a specific skill set and they are spending time, and energy doing this thing for you. And I think the thought of, yeah, they have a specific skill set and I'm paying them money for that. I'm buying the surfboard, right? I don't think that's enough. I think for craftspeople, I think you're exactly right, that there needs to be an extra appreciation of the craft.
Yes.
Yes, I appreciate your craft and that's my money, but also I have extra appreciation for it. And this is my even as small as beer, bottle of wine, something like
a gratuity.
Yeah.
Because they've earned a gratuity based on what you're saying, but it's this is one of the industries or one of the jobs that you don't tip for.
Yeah.
And it would be, and they've set the price, and so it would be rude maybe to tip, on that. But a gift is appropriate. And by the way, they've undercharged. Surfboards are generally underpriced. And so this is a craftsman. They don't get paid enough for their work, so they deserve a gratuity.
Yes, 100% agree. But I think this extends beyond, to like kind of any expert in their field that you're either getting time from or energy from, like ballet teacher, right? I pay a hefty amount for ballet, but I also give regular gifts or appropriately regular gifts to kids ballet teachers because of the effort and time they are putting in. They have, through their years of work and training, and now they're sharing that, and that is they're owed something extra for that.
And there's a relationship in place in both those scenarios. You're interacting with that ballet teacher regularly, and that relationship crafts the dynamic of the daughter's experience. Same thing with a surfboard shaper. It's an ongoing relationship. And the product that you get is a reflection of the dynamic of that relationship. And so I think a thoughtful gift is where it needs to be thoughtful. So the 6-pack of beer, again, that's fine too, but follow them on Instagram. And if you see that they're cooking regularly, then maybe get them a cooking related gift. Get them a nice kitchen knife, something like that. That's what I want to see.
The real truth of the matter is you at the end are the beneficiary,
Yes.
right? Because wife always tells me when I'm cooking, cook with love, right? Like I oftentimes don't. I throw things in a pot and stir it and slap it on plates and say eat. The cooking with love, though, you get a better product. The food is better. Maybe takes a little more time, takes more energy, takes more consideration. Equally, if you're gifting your surfboard shaper or whoever, the craftsman in your life, you're going to get a better product.
Totally agree. Very barrel.
Barrel.
Gift your surf. It doesn't need to be expensive. Needs to be thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Yes. gifts for surfboard shapers.